We need to see that.
Yeah, send a picture through. We'll get it put up on a stream. Let us know, Joe. Hashtag ESL Prem, mate. But we are ready for our first game of the season, Ben. It's 2020. Let's get our new spectacles on. Well, not you. You've had laser eye surgery, so let's just get into this.
I could put some shades on.
Don't do that. You'll block out the sun.
I block out all the haters too. But I suppose the interesting thing here is Connor has actually designated himself to be the actual kit player, which, to be fair, over time he's become more of a, I wouldn't say, it'd be kind of offensive to say more of a team player. But that probably is the correct statement, right? It's like he understands more, I don't need to just buy myself, I can trust my team.
Well, I think he's way more well-rounded, because obviously when Connor came in, he was a fragging machine, but he was still being molded by the players around him. Now he's been in the game for such a long period of time that he's been able to branch out a bit, still be a big impact fragger, but also be quite supportive on the server. This is a nice retake already, by the way. They've basically just given him the site, and they're going to retake it.
On. Oh. Is he actually going to be able to do this?
He's taking so much damage.
Oh. Okay, surely somebody gets on that with armor, although it's only Leza there.
Wow.
He did get on it.
He's been knifed.
He's been stabbed.
That's unlucky.
Under 18, so that won't be an actual criminal offence.
Yeah, no, we'll wipe that one off his records. He is only 17. He's allowed one.
He's allowed one. We'll wipe it off.
That's
madness.
It's fine. Right, okay. Well, an opening round for Chetz going absolutely fantastically, Ben. That's one way to start it. Buy's coming back through. All right, not that much of an investment into the old SMGs, actually. I was expecting to see more Mat 10s. Instead, we've got the classic, the Krieg coming through, a Galil for Fraser, and an AK for Tadpole. Oh, yes. Joe Ducky loose on the scout, though, Ben, with the pistol buys around him. If this man tags them, they can definitely bag them. Yeah,
that is the key part. If he can get some tags in, it'd be actually ideal. But across the board, it's like, are you actually going to be able to get these picks? You've got an AK to fight, an SG to fight. Obviously, everybody loves to talk about the Krieg in the current situation with CS, about how it's underpowered and needs to be buffed.
Oh yeah, very, very weak gun. In fact, if anything, just too weak.
It's a bit too expensive as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really should be like, I don't know, 1900, something like that.
And increase the rate of fire.
Oh, that would be quite good, actually.
Yeah, especially when scope's in. Swaggy, though. I don't think he's going to need a scope on this push. Tried to line it up as they were coming out through the smoke. Bit of damage done. Connor's going to be able to finish on one, but Fraser will get the trade back. About 40 seconds left into this round. Swaggy still being quite cheeky. He's been waiting, biding his time for so long, but as he decides to go for the push, will get mowed down by the Mat 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a matter of time, really. Smoke's going to fade. The players are stuck in between multiple. LNZ, he needs to really get this kill close to him before this connected player gets a chance. But I think Leza dying at CT kind of ended the round here.
Yeah, pretty much. Not too much of a chance to do anything, really. JKM, obviously Z in hand. He's going to get one for the fadeaway, but there comes the stairs push from Fraser to end his reign of terror. Scavenges his way across to, of course, recover the killing Krieg, and that'll be a nice second round picked up for Chetz.
That's good. So it's good. It's always kind of scary against those actual forces in the second round. You kind of do get a bit concerned there, but it's just a case of actually, balancing that out, I suppose.
Now, into round 3. Basically just the eco coming across to the pensioners, apart from Deagle and a CZ for Connor and JKM. Eccles has got 2 flashes, and it looks like they're just going to try and go for the mid-crunch here. Could work out if they can play their cards right. Swaggy spotting it, although he looks like he's going to take a nade straight to the face. Barely misses him, so he's luckily still alive and kicking. There goes the flashes, and here will be the call to go for the swing. Not working out very well at all, though. Everyone's been absolutely decimated, and they all fall to pieces. It's just Eccles that is alive because he was smoked off.
Yeah, classic sort of situation. Yeah, you hope to get 1, maybe 2 kills there. You'd be happy with a single, really, just off a single flash investment.
It was the old 2 flashes, mate. The old double flashy.
Yeah, so it's a case of hoping for more. Unfortunately, getting nothing. So let's see how the buy round goes, though. Right, it's just a case of what can the AWP get done. He's got the man to watch right now, Leza.
Jodeki loose. How quick on the draw is he going to be? Early window smoke comes through. Is it going to leave a gap? No, completely placed perfectly. Early fight over towards B as well. That's a nice deep Molotov to counter the aggression that's being shown from Brody and force them both to go back through underpass. If they want to go for a split push here on towards A, Ben, could cause a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it'll be a bit scary for them. The main thing is, like, how many players we've got with head armor, right? It's 3 players that do not have it. Obviously, Swaggy on our screen, no head armor. There's 2 Max 10s in underpass.
Yeah.
Yeah. A stray bullet, that's all it takes, right? Let's see how this goes.
Could be Dink City, and he's done in a matter of seconds, instantly taken down. Connor playing a cheeky angle, but they're prepared for it. Ping with a Mac 10 massacre as he sprints his way out towards the site and nets himself a frag as well. Now, this is already in danger zone territory. 3 players alive for the pensioners. You can see they're starting to back off. Losing JKM as well is definitely going to hit this one on the head and force them to go for a save with just Eccles and Lazar remaining.
Yeah, they really needed to win that connected battle. That was kind of the main thing. You know, you can lose Connor. Obviously, you hope he gets a kill, right? But otherwise, you lose connector, you lose A site. It's already a safe call. You can see Lazar. He immediately just turned straight around, was running whilst just getting shot.
Yeah.
Shot in the legs, shot in the back, everything.
Just wanted to get.
Can they hold on to this though? There's a good 20 seconds here after the bomb explosion too.
They're going to be pushed.
LNZ's got great grenades. He needs to molly that side, surely.
I mean, if he burns them, they're literally stuck. He can get the HE in as well. They'd be trapped in between. Molly does go out. There's the HE. So much damage done. They're not really being pushed together. Fraser luckily is going to get the wall bang off. The all-important AWP does survive.
I can't help but think you always molly that left-hand side, right? Because you can see the other side from truck. Yeah?
They would have known it's clear.
Yeah. And he could have also pushed up with that and tried to help from that side, but hey-ho, the AWP stays in, and let's see if that will be actual, the reason that they potentially lose the round or more players in this one. Because they shouldn't be around 1 for pensioners at all. Great start from Chetz though, 4-0. They seem to be doing quite well, very composed as well as the other thing. Not being too hasty, clear game plan in mind when it comes to the anti-ecos, such as this right here we're seeing. Brody will be sent out on his own, I'd imagine.
All right, flash through the window. Brody launches himself in. They haven't gone for the shot. He's been able to get all the way around to the back of the site and kill Lazar in a matter of seconds, Ben. This has gone awfully. JKM finally falls. He would have been the first contact. I'm not sure if you saw him through the smoke with a flashbang going off, but that has just instantly ruined the round. It's over.
Did you notice the X-ray on the smoke just then? Like when it landed on that Molotov, you know how it gets rid of the molly, right? That's everybody knows that. Yes. But on the X-ray thing, it lands on top of the molly, but then it goes straight to the floor, pretty much. Like very weirdly. But I don't understand how it, because the smoke is meant to, whenever it hits the nearest point of the floor on the molly, right? I would like to know the actual physics behind that. I
have noticed some wacky grenade lines recently that have been coming out. So I don't know if it's just to do with CS with the most recent updates.
Potentially.
Matt 10, mow down for the final frag there from Brody.
In the round.
He's at 8k as well, so he's making quite a nice amount of money with this.
They're making great money across the board, really. It's kind of concerning. When's the double AWP going to... There we go. JKM's got the AWP. The J-Rod. His other, nickname, of course, by the Rock. The J-Rod.
If you are unfamiliar with these players, then you won't really know the history of them on CT side Mirage, which tends to be they struggle majorly. Back when they were XL with a very similar roster, it was always the fact that once Connor or JKM both whipped out the AWPs, that was when things started to go a little bit better on their CT sides. That's not a great start, but that is a fantastic recovery.
Yeah, very well done to get the trades there. I can't help but feel like Ping should have definitely traded the first actual kill there, though. Like, Fraser got the kill on the right-hand side onto Connor. Ping should have been right behind him, really. Ooh, this is concerning.
Brody had the scope. He might actually just try and walk straight through the smoke here. How does he even get in?
It's a very awkward situation, really. Because on the C-side, you're not like, we don't need to force the scenario, right?
No, yeah.
Any economic damage is great. There's 2 AWPs on the map. But the question is, can you actually identify where they are? That's an incredible peek. Can he get a peek here, though? I feel like Jacob should have this on lockdown.
Mollied off and falls slightly further back. Ooh. Yeah, it still allows him to get the frag, though. Brody, really, he just needs to swing and go for a wild play on this. If he backs up towards ramp, should be the cue for the peak from Eccles, but he takes his head off.
No.
There's the follow-up frag onto JChem as well. Sees the last man. Lazar, the timing. He was set up on a platter for you, and he misses, fumbles the shot. Brody now behind Triple Ben. He can get it down, and he's left into a 1 versus 1. He doesn't have any utility, but he's been allowed to cross back towards CT. He takes the face, knocks Lazar down to 8 HP. Jeez, that could not have been any closer.
Like, there's one on one hand, you're thinking, yeah, he got really unlucky to not get the kill on Lazar. But at the same time, he shouldn't be in that position, right? Yeah, I have to say, Eccles did whiff the back spray. Yeah, hopefully that was a whiff.
If that was Zed, he would have killed him every time.
Easily, especially on Mirage, yeah? But, that's a lot of damage. They could have had 3 alive, both AWPs retained. Could have been great, but now we're seeing the situation. You've got 2 FAMAS, you've only got the 1 AWP. Although I wouldn't say the double AWP is what caused the actual huge advantage they did have, but it definitely would have helped. Oh, Lazar. Oh, Joseph. He's wilding out. To be execute there. Brody with a Mach 10 again. This is the same strat, same flash.
He's out. Oh, they're both swinging towards Jake. Luckily, he's able to find the first this time. Completely different turn of event. Molotov goes down, but it peeks straight into the crosshair of Eccles, who will just be ripping lips off left, right, and center as Tadpole is no longer alive. LNZ with a nice peek on towards short. Ping's going to chuck out the nade. And this is starting to turn back into the favor of the terrorists, Ben. They are establishing a bit more dominance now as the Swede swings and knocks the block off of Eccles, leaving them in a 2 versus 2 retake. The bomb isn't even down, and they've still got a minute to work with.
Yeah, the concern is they did know where both players were, but Connor snuck out like that. This smoke is a concern, though. Connor knows it.
Wow.
For a second, you could see it. It could have happened. Right-hand peak and everything.
Yeah.
But even though they're winning these rounds, just keep an eye on that money. Like, it's not actually getting any better. They had hit the max loss bonus, which gives you more money than actually killing all 5 Ts. So, yeah, at some point, it's a really awkward balance where you need to win with 3 players alive, or 3 plus, I guess, right? But another buy round for Chetz. Obviously, we talked about how clean their rounds were. Oh, Lazar gets the kill and gets out.
That's a good start.
Very nice to see.
Yeah, way better. Obviously, the majority of these rounds, we've seen the first pick go in the way of Chetz. This time, Lazar just gets the opening frag. JChem has been detected. They know he's there. Is he going to be able to get away with this one alive?
It does feel like he might get a kill.
Ooh.
He nearly killed himself in that
he almost broke his legs.
I think he definitely has at least sprained his ankle. Oh, Lazar. That Molotov actually going through the vent. He definitely goes back for it again, though, surely. The old Lazar definitely would have.
Oh, absolutely. Aggression was his go-to.
So, yeah, let's see how this goes then.
So in the Battle of the AWPers, obviously Fraser making his move up through Palace. Connor's just going to be tucked in over by the bacon sandwich.
Of course. Bacon
BLT. Oh, yeah. Bacon Bap, I believe.
Yeah, Bap's pretty strong.
Let's see if he can bap out the competition, though, Ben. When the T's come pouring in towards the bomb site, flash goes over. They are going to take this opportunity to sprint in. Luckily enough, Brody wasn't ready for the sandwich peak, but Fraser definitely is. And now there's an advantage for the T's. Not only do they have the bomb site, but they've got all of the rotates blocked off, essentially. 2 of them focusing towards CT. Ping, just holding, waiting for Lazar. If he gets overzealous, though, he might fall. I believe Lazar's just hard-scoped on the angle, but it's the timing. Eccles will fall. There comes the face from Ping, and everyone goes down. So 3 T's surviving that round. And Chetz now get themselves to a 6-2 scoreline.
Yeah, I think the big thing there, Fraser, when he came out of Palace, he actually did get the CT kill. If Swaggy doesn't fall in CT, Connor probably gets, he stays alive for longer than he did, obviously. But Fraser doesn't get the confidence to come out and actually re-swing on the sandwich player, right? He doesn't, stick out fully. But as I kept on saying, that economy wasn't building up at all for the CTs. They're now on, just pistols. I suppose this is a classic deco right here. And they've heard a lot of players on B short right there. Question is, will they actually decide to use the information of that to make a move on the map? This looks like a very slow anti-eco currently. Considering, one of the classic things in the UKCS side of stuff was always that we'd see teams lose to mixes ever so often, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a scenario like this. This is basically the Fish 1-2-3 equivalent of 4 years ago.
Yeah, this is like the new age Fish. That's what they've been for like the past couple of seasons now.
Yeah, so that was stereotypically, you'd have a team who were considered to be top 5 UK, roughly around that area. They would lose to a mix because they would play against them in the same way they play against a team, right? And obviously, that's not going to always work out in a mix. The mixes do not move around the map like a team. They don't play for each other like a team either. Like, it's very rare you see the chemistry still happen. So seeing Chetz actually go for the slow default, on one hand, nice to see they've got that stuff available to them. But sometimes you can't, be ready for a mix to be just so random, I guess, in the way they move around, the peaks they go for, confidence, that sort of thing. We'll see how it goes, though. It's been a good start so far, and this Antica seems to be working out, although they lost the opening kill.
Well, they're out on towards the bomb site. Swaggy's going to be able to rip one head back off as he takes down Brody instantly. And their team is falling apart. So luckily, they've got LNZ still trying to keep them alive and in the round. They're very low, though, Ben. There's a little bit of utility left. One flash on Swaggy and one Molotov for Connor. But Lazar taking that dink might leave them in a critical position here. Stable, but critical. Luckily, though, it's Connor. The spam straight through triple and net him 2. And it's all on Fraser to save the day. Back over towards the ramp, AWP in hand, locked and loaded. They're starting to arm themselves with weapons. That should have been the kill. The fact it's been stolen away from him should surely sell his demise. I thought that was actually going to be a collateral, Ben. My
there
God.
was a small second, and that defuse is really close as well.
Yeah, I mean, if somehow the gods had aligned for him there and he got that as a collateral, that was it. That was over, but not meant to be. 6-3 now. There's 3 rounds set the scene between these two sides. A cheeky round to win from the Pensioners.
That's the sort of round, though. You do that slow default.
Yep.
More often than not, you go together. You move into your regular designated default spot on the T side. You try and start slowly clearing it. Doing that resulted in that opening kill. They finally get onto the bomb site, and then there's just too many fights available for the CZs to take. And obviously, we saw what happened. Leza getting a very good trade there. I feel like that was through the wall, but evidently not. So Tadpole's actually had a really good start to the game so far. Seems to be being allowed to just run and gun, essentially. Which, if you've got a player who's young and able to actually aim like that, be a good entry fragger, you may as well utilize it as much as you can. Connor!
Ooh. All right. I mean, he gets away with a frag, but walks back up towards the site. Obviously, everyone's been able to push out so far from the connector, so it's a straight shot into the back. Lazar, you need to hit these! The fact he gets nothing, Ben! And the entire team has now crumbled away to dust, just leaving it on Dwayne the Rock Johnson to try and save the round. This is going to be a hard-fought fight for this man. He does have the money in the bank, though, so I believe he might try and cash it in here. He's run straight out towards the ring, but that is CM Punk for the win.
CM Punk wins yet again.
Rough.
I'm not surprised. It's like Roman Reigns, always winning.
Classic storyline, really.
Not much storytelling in this script, is there?
No.
Gosh.
A lot of action.
A lot of action, though. Especially entrances through the crowd. Ooh, here we go. If there's anybody crossing connector, that'd be really unfortunate. And the boost as well, just to double up on it. Oh my. He gets legs, but nothing more. Flash doesn't reach. So that was not the lamp flash that would be expected, although it might be a case that Connor was too close, maybe? But normally that flash should be getting the player that's outside a ramp.
JChem could be a nuisance and a half. Oh my goodness. Jake! The timing on the flick. Brody gets an easy AK kill off. They've now got control of the bomb site. They had the utility as well to completely smoke off towards shop. He's just going to hold tight on L block. 2 AWPs and an AK to retake B when everyone is basically low. I mean, Brody's on 10, Fraser's on 15. LNZ and Tadpole are the only ones that actually have anything to work with. I think this might just be throw the towel in and save it.
Definitely feels like one of those. You've got, 2 AWPs and AK and armor. There's no kit, which changes a lot of things, but having the double AWP, you want to keep that as much as you can. It's worth noting as well, you mentioned the XL stuff. Obviously, this is 3/5 of that lineup, right? Mirage CT side, I think their average round total was 3.6 across the entire 2 seasons. And then in season 2, they realized, maybe we shouldn't play it that much.
Well, it was also, when they did play it as well, we saw the double up setup that was Lazar and Connor, and they'd switch up how they play it. And that actually worked quite well for a while. But it's not, I mean, it's not affordable. You know what I mean? For the most part, trying to get those buys out, especially when their economy is as fractured as it is like this, because they're winning the odd round, losing their loss bonus, then winning a little bit more again after losing. It's horrible for their actual economy. So they do have 2 AWPs now, and they have gone for Lazar Connor again.
And it's the same pick, though. Connor's really, I wouldn't say forcing it, but like, yeah, he keeps going for the same one. He's 1 for 1 with it so far, right? But each time it's been an actual 1 for 1 trade as well. So no tag, but the information is there. So it's very similar to the old SK gaming setup. But Swaggy, why is he even turning? I guess that could be the example, right? Of, you know, this isn't a team, this is a mix. There's no clear chemistry on who should be looking where. Oh my. Eccles. No smoke on the jungle cross means Eccles gets a chance to do that.
Right, Brody. Very reminiscent of quite a classic clip there, Ben, as he was aiming up towards short, looking to try and rip a head off. Instead, goes for the all-in play, works his way out towards the site, finds the first frag, and now he's left at a 1 versus 2. This is an awkward scenario. He's going to try and make the best of it. He's peeking into Lazar, though. He's going to be ready for that every single time. Loves the easy ones.
Yeah, unfortunately a left-hand peek there for Brody on that one. Question is, how do they actually move this? Because Chetz, they actually hadn't been building up their money since that, you know, there was the awkward back and forths we've had the last few rounds.
Yeah.
So you can see, you know, it's not a fantastic buy. You know, you've got 2 Galils, but the Galil has been buffed quite a bit compared to, you know, 6 to 12 months ago. It's not actually that bad anymore. But regardless, it's not an SG, it's not an AK. We haven't actually seen many SGs on the board this game either. It's worth noting. Because I've seen a few things about teams potentially not buying the SG as much on the T side, just so the CTs don't get a chance to grab it. Because obviously it's such a good, you know, post up and hold gun. Why should you let the CTs have a chance at using it? Because you've already got the AK, which is far superior to the M4. So why don't you just maintain the decent advantage? So this feels like an NB play based on the player B apps. Bombs going up catwalk, and they didn't even check ladder.
Tadpole's going to clear it now. Took him a little bit of time to actually find the frag. Luckily enough, though, with the flashbang assist, he's going to charge his way up short and decimate Eccles as well. Lazar, quick on his feet, rotates back over. Doesn't fancy his chances, heading his way up through the market, though. I'm going to reposition the full wave round. They're going for the triple short play.
Yeah, for a second I thought they were saving when Lazar backed off.
That's what I was thinking.
It is the B bomb site, so it's very hard to get back into.
Maybe just looking for the exit frags here if they don't find anything right now. Yeah.
I think it should be just a full save, right? I guess loss bonus must be, what, 2,400 or is it 2,900 at this point? It'll still be quite high, but not as high as, you know, I expect it to be.
Yeah, not amazing.
So, like, assume it's 24. You can get 2 farmhouse drops, right? And then get grenades on the other players as much as possible. Okay, it was 19. So you can still go for 2 farmhouse drops. Swaggy can drop a farmhouse, Connor drops 1, and then, yeah. So it won't be that bad, but they really need to get this round on the board. 4 rounds on CT probably wouldn't cut it for the T side, especially if you lose pistol.
Yeah.
Ooh, they might be pushing mid here. That's the Astralis smoke top mid. Although it's just Lazar that's going to be towards it.
I mean, he's gone for the jump.
He failed it.
Landed instead towards underpass. Oh, the molly's going to do so much. Luckily, instantly extinguishes that one. Still gets dropped down to 71 HP. They've gone for a bit of a totem pole towards top mid as well, just trying to go for the boost and hold in case there's any aggression.
I think that's just the way to counteract that smoke, right? Oh, there's a big gap, actually.
Yeah,
that is quite a big gap. Yeah, this position could be an easy one to catch people off guard, though. It's very much one and done, but nobody's going through underpass. Because Eccles had pushed B, but he's gone a bit too far. Oh.
Okay, well, they've all had
everything's gone wrong.
Yeah, all had their faces knocked off. Chetz, if they wanted 10 rounds on their T side, this one is certainly up for the taking, as there's only 2 CTs remaining. Neither of them towards the B-bomb sites. They're going to slowly tiptoe their way back around over there. in reality, this should be their round very cleanly from this point forward, unless something miraculous can come out from Lazar. He's literally just holding and waiting for the aggression. Connor's clearing the whole way back through T-spawn and trying to gain information as he goes.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a case of can they hold on to the weapons. If you're Chetz right now, you can actually just chase with pretty much all of the AKs, leave Fraser towards the bomb. Because all of them have enough money to get their own buy-in next round. Like, there is no concern right here. Unfortunately, though, instead, Fraser's the one that's hunting, and he's going into a right-hand peek, which Connor should have the kill, and he can grab the AWP potentially, and if he gets away, yeah, that could have been awful for them, but that's very stupid, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know why on earth you'd be the one hunting with the AWP.
That's the one bit of value you don't want to lose. Yeah,
like, you know, there's a time and a place, right? But obviously it won't be a major issue here. If they get the kill on Lazar, it should be 11 rounds for them in the half, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh,
Lazar, gun down. Little bit too chonky. They could see him sticking out then.
I think that was the classic case of left-hand peek, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, an SG comes out. So I think that's only like the third or fourth in the entire game so far.
There hasn't been many.
So they switched them on the last round because the CTs can only grab them and use them during the round rather than after.
Oh, that's actually quite a smart way of doing it.
Yeah, that is one way to do it. And the peeking and using the boost again. Did Swaggy see them?
I think the Molotov must have been blocking him. Yeah, you would have been able to see it pop up, but I guess the timing just didn't work out well for him. Swaggy actually wins in that duel and gets a second. Hello, how has he gotten away with this? Finally goes down as the Kriegs will start to reign supreme. Bit of an awkward miss there coming through from Fraser. If he can follow it up, he will be able to keep them in the round. But right now, they are trapped, pinned down in ramp. They are outnumbered, but luckily, the CTs haven't been able to recover the weapons. Tadpole exposed with a smoke in his hands. That could have come back to bite him in the bottom. But luckily, he's been able to grab the bomb, and they can still make a play out of this round now.
I was going to say, why have the nades not been just spammed in as soon as you heard some footsteps close? So the bomb is grabbed, Tadpole beelining it towards the B side of looks things. That was very much a bit of an MM battle in the ramp right there, I'll be honest.
It wasn't too coherent.
I'm sure how Swaggy got two, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a trade off the first one. Also, the Krieg going up against that as well. It's literally just a headshot angle. It feels like it would have been an easy frag every time. Connor with a scout. Yep, that's Tadpole late to rest. Did they not see it?
They must not have seen the bomb. They've not moved radar-wise. Connor should have the contact. He has to be screaming for the rotate.
Well, Fraser, he's in a 1 versus 3 here. He's trying to get the spam off. Needs to go quite aggressive as well to get out on towards the site. Does a little bit of a tag back on towards Connor. They still have some utility. They've got a smoke that's going to be thrown out, but it won't matter. It's JKM. He's recovered a Krieg and knows how to wield it.
Love it.
The classic.
So let's see. So it looks like the radar issue has been resolved. Now just a case of waiting for the second half to begin. So we saw a lot of cohesion from the Chetz guys. Like, yeah, I was happy to see that. You know, there's clear set game plans, set strategies in mind. You know, you can lack composure here and there, I guess, but you know that sometimes you need players to do that, right? But, you know, you got your players like the one that always comes to mind is Thomas, right? In his old style of play, he was very loose, right? Yeah, you let him be free a bit. If he wants to go for kills, he goes for kills. People like to say it's the eco hunting, but sometimes you need a player like that, right? That wild. Yeah. Actually, it's just a wild card, isn't it?
Well, the untamable beast. He's like a wild boar, Ben. He can reach up to speeds of 15 miles per hour.
Thomas the Tank Engine, they call him.
That was Thomas the Tank Engine, yeah. He is damn quick, and he hits like a truck, so not too surprising.
Like a train, actually.
Yes, indeed. A railless train.
A railless train.
He doesn't need rails where he's going.
And the question is, do pensioners need them?
Yeah, we're back in. I mean, hopefully it would stabilise them a little bit if they had some on-rail action. But let's find out. We're into our second pistol of the season here.
I think the big thing is Fraser's movement here, right? So smoke has been put towards short, but they're going to actually be going through that smoke at short, I think, on the T side. Oh no. Fraser!
No.
Oh no! Oh no!
headshot. That was it. That was the round. It was so won. And now it's so potentially lost as Ping flings out towards mid. He's getting tagged up, but he's not going to get fragged up. Luckily enough, he's got the assistant of LNZ, but Connor, he finds the headshot. Man, this is going from bad to worse as time goes by. Somehow this has fallen into a 3 versus 2 scenario with a minute still on the clock for the T's. What on earth is this pistol?
I think the USPs are broken currently.
It seems like it.
I think no, they're working.
All right. All is well. All is recovered. They don't clear towards Apps, not expecting Brody to go aggressive in towards it, reclaiming it. And he's just going to swing. The JCam spammed down by the CZ as he hits the floor. And Chetz do win that round in the end. Quite a messy pistol, but they do pick it up nevertheless.
Yeah, difficult to watch at times, I guess. I think it's fair to say. I don't think anybody's going to be watching that pistol back to look at what they did wrong. So I think everybody knows what went wrong. And yeah, there's a forgivable. Oh, waterfall, and there's only one player towards A. Let's see, LNZ, can you deal with the waterfall? Plant goes down. Can he stop it though? No, he misses it.
Yeah, Bomber's going to go down, but it's still not going to matter too much them cleaning up the round. They don't lose any players, so it's not too bad with the guns, but still some more money wired over to the pensioners. They're going to be happy with that one at least. Yeah,
just the one flash invested. Connor threw it over the top. Didn't actually get LNZ, but the fact that there was enough body mass, I guess, in the way of the planter.
Soak up those smaller bullets to build up the immunity to the bigger rounds.
Yeah. So I suppose the interesting thing to note is we actually have only one player in pensioners in double digits right now. It's just Connor. Kind of concerning. We did hype up Leza a lot to begin with, but it feels like his AWP on CT was just negated at some point.
He didn't really have many opportunities to go for any of the aggressive plays he normally does. Now they're all armed with Kriegs, apart from Leza over on the AWP. That nade's going to rinse them. Oh, look at the amount of damage done.
I was going to say, they're really forcing the issue there, though. Yeah, they had Molotovs in their hands. They had smokes in their hands. They could have smoked it off and actually just, we can hold top mid instead. We don't have to fight it.
LNZ looking away from underpass just as JCam rears his head. Luckily, he was given the opportunity. Did not see his arm.
Oh, I think that's one of those, isn't it? Somebody else will scream when you've just turned then. Saying you saw him connected. Did I? It's like, oh. This is still a very winnable round for Chetz, though. 2 players low. Brody with a UMP, like the range, is still he'll do fine with it. And LNZ, look at those grenades. He has a HE and a Molotov. Perfect to delay the scenario. If they get smoked off, oh my, they're just facing. Unfortunately, that's the player that was actually low.
Well, Luz's just domed him. Brody on the side could have been a bit of a thorn in their side, but wasn't given much of an opportunity to go wild with that UMP. And does get put down. None of the Kriegs get saved by the CTs as well, which is going to be lucky, as they are favouring reinvesting into these quite heavily here. Again, yeah, this time the full 4 Kriegs with just the AWP on Laza. Ooh, I think he's sniffing out a ramp pick, Ben.
He had the AWP last round, but he actually gave it to Eccles in Bogdan's law, of course.
Of course.
And he got 4 kills with the SG. So, I mean, he does get the AWP boop now, as we expected. But, yeah, it's the fact that he did get the SG in his hand, got 4 kills, and then went, give me the AWP back. Like, okay. But you just got 4 kills with the SG. No, I want the AWP. Which is a very Leza thing to have done, I suppose. It's like the situation where we asked him to use rifle more, and he went, no.
He is the designated AWPer. Ooh. All right, snatches that one away as Brody goes straight down. And it is all on LNZ now in a 1 versus 5, just with a deagle. No weapons to scavenge, nothing to try and aid this man. Doesn't have armor, just that trusty little 50 cal hand cannon. So the likelihood of him getting too much done is fairly minute. Although, that's one of those rounds where you do just go for the 1 dig towards short, just rip someone's head off for no reason.
Yeah. And then you try and make your way towards short, but you just get shot in the side from somewhere.
Yeah. That's always a classic.
It happens very often. With the way that Leza's actually started this second half, I can't help but feel like this game will actually become very, very close very quickly. Like, I think the key thing is if we see Chetz use a pause at all. Like, this round's the huge one. I would personally take a pause if you lose this one, just because you do have quite a few pauses to work with, if not the pause time to work with.
I mean, there's always the potential for it. It's normally like the trifecta. As long as Connor and Luzza were playing well, then you kind of just need someone else to step up. Swaggy could definitely do it. Eccles as well. We know how proficient he can be. The Rock, if he starts shining through, you know, JKM has his rounds here and there where the impact will shine through. So there is a chance, especially on the T side, they're a lot more loose. They can actually just play with the rifles. Oh, Jake, no. He has
so
been
much utility.
absolutely owned by the nades there. The airstrike has hit him right on the lips.
Oh. That nade does 0 damage, of course.
That's
As
a classic. It's like if it lands on the steps where it just does nothing for no reason.
Yeah. It was Vendetta, wasn't it? That posted that tweet asking.
Yeah.
Quiz. How much
damage does this do? Oh, well, that AWP absolutely frags as he finds the opening pick. That's Swaggy dead. Oh, Fraser's given the opportunity to run away with things, as he might have sold his teammate to Sauron, but he still popped off to try and take everyone down. Enough damage done for Tadpole to arrive on the scene and put up the resistance as they do close that round out.
I think that was one of those, yeah, I'm going to team flush you, I want the kills. Because that flash was a popper, to be fair. That has landed perfectly in the centre V right there.
Yeah.
But obviously, thankfully, he did land his shots, so not the worst thing in the world. They still got the round. Low casualties, not an issue.
No, yeah, it's still all right for the economy.
Luzza.
Puts him in a pretty good position as well, 13-7 up.
He's really looking for it.
Decides at least to take a step back. Doesn't get too overconfident. Connor could be quite cheeky here. He's always a man to watch in these scenarios because he just pulls something miraculous out of the bag and leaves you in awe.
Yeah, for sure. As I mentioned earlier, he was one of the few. Actually, Fraser's pushed Palace with an AWP and gets the free kill. And based on the way Swaggy's playing that, you can assume he's on his own, right? That's a basic guarantee. He's on his own. If there was another player there, he wouldn't be watching it like that. So let's see the movement. Ooh, gap.
Yeah, tried to take the shot through it. Didn't really work out too fantastically. Tadpole could absolutely annihilate him here as well, and he gets the first off with a headshot. That's the follow-up frag onto Luzza after Brody is traded. Oh, I thought we would have found that, but Jake M. The J-Rob with the Kalashnikov as he is punishing them, Ben. Not going to work out for long, though, as they should surely fall. Actually, Ping only able to find one casualty before it's left in a 1 versus 2 for Connor. He does have a Krieg. He's got a small inkling to what is going on into the round as well, and a little bit of utility sprinkled in there for good measure. Just waiting for the potential smoke push, expecting them to come through shop. Instead, they have both gone towards short. That Molotov should reveal where they're coming from. The paranoia setting in for Connor, though, as he doesn't quite know where this play is going to come. Oh, the timing. He went for the spam. It could have been such an easy tap, but instead it's the wild spray. Leaves him in disarray and disappointment as he will go down, and it's now 14-7 to Chetz. They're really starting to round this game out, and the economy of the pensioners is not going to be great whatsoever.
Yeah, that... Usually the Krieg wins out in those runs, right? That's, he gets the right-hand peak, he gets the single player in view at first, and then usually you get benefited by the fact that guy's peak is a bit late. Normally that first player dies before you get that, right?
You know, the mental bit is, it feels like if that's probably an AK in Connor's hands, he probably does just go tap tap. But because he had the Krieg, he went for the spray. Pulls
away and then peeks again, right? It's one of those.
It was set up for him,
risky.
But nice play from Chetz to round it out.
So Connor's going glass cannon, JKM has the AK, and then you just got pistols with grenades. So this is do or die. Obviously it is 14-7, so they didn't really want to play for the overtime scenario. I guess loss bonus not building too much. It's quite early in the half, especially. So this is basically do or die. 14-7 currently. Connor, glass cannon AWP. And that is not a good start. Ooh. So a lot of split and pick going on right now. And you can see that setup being used at A ramp as well by Chetz. It's the same one that we saw from the pensioners, funnily enough. Jacob gets the opener though. Does he expect a second? Not too surprised by it, but not quite able to get the kill.
3 Ts remain. They are outnumbered and definitely outgunned. They have 1 AWP on Connor. So it's up to him to be the skeleton key into the round to be able to pick this one wide open. Fraser is elevated up over on the ticket booth, so he's just looking for anyone to try and really strike fear into with that big green gun. Here comes the push from Connor as the Molotov goes down. He's ready for the adjustment, finds Fraser. Nice play from Eccles to swing wide and get the kill on Ping. Tadpole does a little bit of damage in the rear. Connor, in reality, he really is the one that needs to save this for them. He could salvage the round, expected the reface on CT, debating whether or not Brody is going to swing to him, as he expects a CT player to come aggressive. Just holding the angle. If he peeks into him, it could spell his demise. He'd need to be quick on the draw, and he's not able to. It favors Brody. He takes him down. Swaggy's so low. Luckily, there is no utility to blow him out of the server, but they do need to take the fight and go for the full frontal assault. It's a nice peek from Tadpole. Quick reactions there as the M4 will leave him breathing no more. And that is a 15th round now for Chetz. One away from taking the opening win of the group.
Yeah. They've performed very well so far. Obviously, I mentioned Tadpole playing really well. LNZ in the first half did as well. Fraser getting all because when required of him. But ultimately, you can't but feel like it was just a case of that CT side. The gun rounds not going their way whatsoever. Now they have a chance. You've got 3 Galils, 4 flashbangs, 2 smokes, and a Molotov. Obviously, 1 smoke mid, so they've still got 2 more behind that. Was it going to be smoke stairs from JCam? And that'll be it. This can be very rough.
LNZ, how has he got 2 of these frags? Just finds both of the picks onto Lazar and Connor. That is ridiculous. JCam goes down. It's all up to Eccles. Trapped in sandwich. Going to get the spram off onto LNZ, but that is it. Fraser will finish it.